Welcome to the Blathering Live. I think it's episode 293, maybe 294. I lose track. We once celebrated 1,000 episodes on Force Center, and it was actually 1,001. Doesn't matter. I think I'm okay. Oh, man, the technical battle has been strong this week. Thanks for everyone who's been patient with me as I deal with some tech issues, which aren't even tech issues on my end, we discovered. I'll talk about that with producer Steve. It's something with Google Chrome and StreamYard and the shitification of everything, which has put me into quite a mood this week. But we're going to have fun tonight. I'm happy to be here. It's the Thursday main show. Next week, I'm not going to be here Monday. I got to go see a little movie taking place in space. And then Thursday, I can't be here because I got a political event I got to go to for my work with Culture, Faith, and Politics with Pat Conkey that I'm excited to go. So next week, we might have a special Wednesday show. That's what I'm saying. We'll be live here Saturday. Why am I doing the business first? I don't know. Just want to do that while you all kind of roll on in here. Tonight, we got a lot of things to get to. We're going to be talking a little bit of the news. I just have some thoughts and things. I'm going to play a full video. It's a 2-minute video that I want just play on my channel because I want to amplify it if it hasn't been heard by others, by this guy named Marshawn in Louisiana. You might have seen the clip. Titled this episode Heroes and Villains because this man is a hero. Someone we can all look up to by just simply showing up and speaking out and speaking truth to power. And the other side, we got a villain, and this villain is the human being known as Dalton Etherly or Etherly or whatever the fuck his name is. But you know him as Chud the Builder, and I'm happy to report he has been arrested, charged with attempted murder, along with other things. If you don't know who Chud the Builder is, we'll talk about it here because I just want to highlight the two choices we have as human beings. Also, a little bit update on the war over the data centers, which I don't really know, but producer Steve has some thoughts on that. And I'm fascinated to see anytime a fuck like Kevin O'Leary can be brought down or challenged, it's a good day for me. Updates on the Three Musketeers, producer Steve birthday bash coming soon. Soon meaning in tonight's episode. And we're going to revamp and kind of streamline the facial hair challenge that's going on. And then we're also going to have the return of science. Oh, my God. Science is back tonight. Professor Addie is back from her journey into the West, or maybe it was into the East. She took the Dawn Treader and went towards the horizon, and she's returned with some tales and some science about the dangers of the sun, which I know are real. I know some people in my life who have dealt with that. I sometimes forget, so it'll be a good reminder. Little sports, calls, all that stuff. Confessions if you have them here tonight. All right, I'm sounding hyper because I'm extra radio-y tonight to hide my true pain. Producer Steve's here. How are you?
Hey, buddy, slow the hell down, would you? Jeez, good God. I just got here. Everyone just sat down. It's like everything's okay. Are you good? Just breathe. There you go. Smell the roses, blow out the candles. That's what I tell my 2-year-old daughter when she's having a tantrum and doesn't speak English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Doesn't work, for the record. But.
Does my camera doesn't look like it's jumpy right now, right? On 1080?
You look great. You sound terrific.
Okay.
So far, so good. I'm knocking on wood.
I wanted to get into that and for a second because you and I had a tech session yesterday. So for those that have been following me along, there's like my camera started going wonky where I was max headrooming and then I was having some sound issues on the recordings, not necessarily live. Switch computers and that fixed the audio, though the audio was coming in low. And I'm just taking you all through what the battle is and where this leads to. And then so I kind of fixed that. This new computer fixed the sound issue, but it's low, so I've kind of overcorrected. So if I'm too loud, let me know, producer Steve. But the camera issue got worse. Couldn't even use it. The local recordings were fucked. And this is how I make my money, right? So I was a little stressed. So I said, Steve, can you help me? And producer Steve was like, I build computers and I have long hair. And he did. And Steve, we learned that the problem is the graphic acceleration on Google Chrome, which you need to run StreamYard on successfully so I can get my local recordings. Why do I get local recordings? Because if I take this broadcast, the cloud recording, the master broadcast, it could have sound issues. It could have internet errors. When I go a little crinkly because my internet drops, that will be on the final product. So I take the local recordings to turn into the episodes that you see that are interviews with June Lee or stuff like that. But when but StreamYard has stopped working correctly for me if graphic acceleration is on. It needs to be on, but it doesn't work when it's on. So I turn it off. But when I turn it off, that affects my ability to get local recordings. So then I've been streaming down at 720, which sucks because my camera's already 5 years old. It already is shitty, and it's not working. And Steve, this is not our fault. This is Google and StreamYard's fault. This is the enshittification of things.
You nailed it. This is the enshittification of things. I was going to say we should look up to see what private equity firm bought into StreamYard recently and figure out why they're getting so shitty. Yeah, we think this is responsible for a myriad of reasons across StreamYard things that we've seen over the months and stuff that we've been involved in and other streams and stuff. So,
Yep.
Are there things that you can do on your end to help with these things? Sure, if you have a nuclear submarine for a computer, but that's that's not the case for everybody.
Yep.
But you should be able to talk with two idiots at the end of the bar. Ken should be able to talk about stuff on over a 2026 MacBook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be hard. And the other, and if you're wondering, well, like Jared has switched to Firefox. StreamYard only works with Google Chrome properly.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at Jared.
StreamYard, yeah,
it does not work with other things. They tell you we recommend Google. So Firefox, we tried it. Steve couldn't get his camera to work on it. It's complete enshittification. And I think I'm gonna rant on this on the stage one night. Like this is the problem. Like now, like Google. Remember when you used to search on Google, or remember Steve when we'd bring up Ask Jeeves and we'd ask Jeeves a goddamn question, and Jeeves would answer the question that we asked. Here's what squirrels like to eat. Now with Google, you do it in some AI thing that's downloading 4 gigabytes on my fucking computer will be like carrots are used to start forest fires. It's bullshit. And I'm at the we're mad and can't take it anymore phase, I guess, Steve, because it's affecting my ability to make money, which I need to survive in this world.
Yeah, welcome to the club. It's hitting even the small business. The AI doom has even hit the small business folks, even in this tiny corner of the internet. And I think, I think I am desperate for StreamYard alternatives, lightweight alternatives. Like you said, we can't do something as simple as secure a local recording, which is like the damn most basic shit you do when it comes to this whole world. If you're going to put microphones in front of everybody, if recording, it's kind of step A. But hey, every time I log into StreamYard 3 days a week to do the show with you, Ken, it tells me about 3 new features they've added to StreamYard that no one ever wants to use or knows what the hell they do. But hey,
Watch this. Watch this. This is what StreamYard just added today. I have the ability to change overlays live. So here we go. Let's bring in that. And then I can allegedly, I can move it around. Look at that. Look at this. Now we can, there we go. Scotty's he's just sitting there. Look at that. Saved. Scotty's there for the entire show if we want.
Okay. I love it.
Hi, Scotty.
I don't mind. Yeah. Hi, Scotty.
I didn't need that.
I want a popsicle.
That's funny. I can do something with this. We could do, we could bring this picture up, Steve, and we could do like a Scotty voice and have him call in from places when Scotty can't be here. But you know what I'd rather have? I'd rather have StreamYard that I pay $50 a month for when I can't afford groceries. I'd rather have StreamYard work. That's what I want. StreamYard to work.
Yes, I agree.
Oh my God. But we're going to have a fun show
Call
tonight.
your congressman.
Wiley Todd, support for me and Kingsport Cal. I love y'all. Look, I love that. I appreciate all of you. And James Holmes as well. What was my bread sad? It needed some TLC. Okay. I love that he pays to say this wordplay to me. As always, before we get into some of the other stuff here, this show and all the shows on my network in May are brought to you by The Arbiters, which is my friend Phil Svitek's project. Phil and I recorded a great interview today, about a 50-minute interview that's going to drop tomorrow on the channels here, podcast and video. We talk about the Arbiters. We talk about a lot of things, but there's a lot of lessons that we pull from it that I think will go beyond just filmmaking. So I really encourage you guys to check that out tomorrow. And also check out the Arbiters project. If you're watching on YouTube, it's linked down below. I'd really love if you could do me a favor and watch that video. It's a 20-minute kind of behind-the-scenes thing about the project. Just leave a comment. Because even if you're not able to support, that comment will help tell YouTube, of course, to push it out more. And just here's some of the concepts, art that they got. And I said a lot of this stuff is not just in the works. They've got some stuff done. I've seen a lot of this project, and it's a really fun, epic adventure that is completely original from Phil and his team. So look for that interview tomorrow. And I want to thank Phil and the Arbiters team for sponsoring the projects, the shows this month, all the things we got going on. Thank you for dropping the link. That Patreon link is to Phil's personal. I say personal, but it's how he helps fund the Arbiters, and they want you to join the process there as well. And Jared the Type Pilot, thank you for the super chat. I got nothing, so DS9. Jared's probably going to be so upset when I confirm what I think I casually mentioned the other day, Steve. I am really into For All Mankind now. I started watching it, and I'm in only first season. It's in its 5th season, going into its 6th.
This is the Apple show, right?
Apple, Ronald D. Moore, one of the creators. Taffeta, my wonderful Taffeta, is a big fan of it. And so she's, if you want to watch and look, she's going to have a more of an influence over me than Jared, let's be honest. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm so sorry, DS9 fans. I'm going to probably be watching this show a lot now. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Jared giving you money to watch DS9 is like the sad guy at the strip club, like giving the stripper a few dollars, thinking, and then she says thank you, and it's like, oh, she likes me.
Oh, I had to do that.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, wait, what? Really?
I had to do that.
What do you mean?
I had to do that at the body shop on Sunset. My friend, his bachelor party. There was one dancer. And I think I've told part of this story before. It's one dancer, and so she was dancing, and everyone's putting down ones. And I put down a $5 bill, and she looks at me, and I look at her, and I go, "Come find me afterwards." And she walks up. She's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I go, "Hey, my friend's getting married tomorrow. Here's $100. Go make him forget about his fiance." Right? She goes, "Got it." Takes him in the back. He comes out crying 20 minutes later. And he's like, I think I'm in love. And he's like, I gave her my phone number. And I was like, you goddamn idiot. He's still married. Successfully. Good. 3 kids. It's all good. But I feel that. There you go. Anyways, let's get to a little bit of what I wanted to talk about tonight. And we'll see where this goes. We also got a sports update. I think Kyle Harlow's talking about a trade too, that we're going to get a sports update top of the hour. So like I said, I titled this episode Heroes and Villains. And I do the politics dance here. I talk more about politics over on Culture, Faith, and Politics with Pat Conkey. And that's kind of where I want to keep it now. And even though if things upset us or things excite us or things give us inspiration, we're going to talk about it here. Not that I'm ignoring the stuff here on this channel. I just also want to, this show is shaping up to be something a little different for me, but we talk about the issues we don't ignore. Steve, obviously you've been familiar with the gerrymandering battle that's going on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a Virginia voter, and we recently had a referendum on, as my dog breaks into the room, we recently had a referendum on the redistricting maps that were drawn. It was a very close vote, and they were approved. And then now, just last week, the Virginia Supreme Court threw them out, and we're back to square one. And that's just Virginia, one of the few states that have actually put out a mandate on, hey, do you guys actually want this or not? Unlike a lot of the states we've seen in the South, including Texas, where they're just like, oh, here's the new maps that look like Rorschach paintings. So yeah. How
does it make you feel as a voter when the Supreme Court just says, nah, we're good, we got this?
At least they gave us like an explanation as to like why they did it that way. Right. And that it was really much like a technicality, like, the state of Virginia, the government of the state of Virginia didn't go what are considered through like the established means to change the Virginia Constitution, right? So that's where the Supreme Court like ruled against it. So if we're doing like the most technically form of correctness here, the ruling makes sense on paper. Sure. But it still is disappointing when you're like a voter to just have it. Like it felt like a song and dance, felt like a rug pull, Yeah, and that's not. Yeah,
that's no, and it's. I like to break things down in simple ways because I am the dumb guy at the end of the bar. But to the Supreme Court guts the Civil Rights Act, and they're like, hey, the South is they showed a lot of growth recently. It's going to be okay. We fixed racism. Didn't you all see the newsreels from 1968? And the South rose again, or is at least trying to. And I know South Carolina has kind of stopped the process or whatever. But it's disheartening in a lot of ways, and it's frustrating. And a hero kind of emerged that as of this, I think we only know his name to be Marshawn from Louisiana, and he went before some of the government officials in Louisiana, and he spoke out. And this has been shared many times on social media. But I wanted to make sure it was heard on my airwaves. And I think it was not just a beautiful takedown. It was the truth. And it's also, there's some inspiration in it. And it talks about the next generation, the people behind it. So if y'all will let me, Steve, I just want to play it. Is that fine? Can we just play it? We just play it. Ken. All right, here we go. It's only on vertical, so I had to do this. So we're going to listen to this for a little bit. I don't even have anything to say about it. I just want to share it on my airwaves. And it's a great representation of how to speak truth to power and how to do it. And it's awesome.
I have no doubt in my mind that the map's going to pass. If y'all can give us less than 0 seats, you would do it. Y'all do this under the orders of somebody that said the Civil Rights Act was harmful to white people, that it caused reverse racism. RFK said that black children are overfilled on antidepressants and that they need to be reparented on different farms, all of them. Pete Hegseth constantly brings Doug Wilson to the Pentagon to give a prayer service. Doug Wilson is the same pastor that said that slave owners were on strong spiritual ground. I don't have no belief in no morality on anybody that followed Donald Trump. If you wasn't with this map, you wouldn't be underneath this president. You wouldn't be in your party. You would stand up, you would stand against it, you would speak out about it. So as far as I'm concerned, if you here as one of these Trump Republicans, you already showed us who you are. You showed us what you want to do. And I believe the country as a whole is rebuking your party. Y'all are in a death spiral. That's why y'all have to redistrict. That's why y'all have to cheat. That's why Trump got to go to Texas and say he entitled to 5 more seats. It's because y'all know what y'all doing is abhorrent. We letting our people die in Iran based on false pretense that Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Kent say it ain't real. Y'all okay with all that. So I'm positive y'all gonna be okay with the maps. But the beautiful thing is, the children that y'all have made and the people that's younger than y'all don't support none of this racism that y'all want. The MAGA party is the last breath of the Confederacy. And I'll be happy to see millennials and Gen Z bury y'all. There will be no more of your party. The midterms gonna come, y'all gonna get wiped out. Trump gonna get dragged out of the White House, and I'm gonna love every second of it. Because y'all loved every second of the suffering that he caused to everybody in this country. And worldwide, we starve in Cuba. We bomb Nigeria. We holding Zimbabwe and Zambia hostage for their minerals. We don't want to give them aid support. The pro-lifers that say all life is special, y'all letting kids die of AIDS. What part of your Bible say that? Point out the scripture. I think everybody would love to see it. And we would love to see y'all in the midterms.
Nothing more to add to that other than it's the absolute truth. Thoughts on that, Steve? You have any thoughts? I'm not forcing you to speak after that, but I just want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, thanks for making me follow the best orator we've heard in 10 years.
That's a legend. He got my vote. Like, run for office now.
Right.
Seriously.
MAGA is the last breath of the Confederacy is an absolute bar. Like that, yes. He should put that on a he can put that on a shirt and a hat and make some money on that one. Because that, but I just, God damn, I hope he's right. But
yeah, and look, and I know it's easy to get cynical about voting in the midterms, and even if the Democrats do get control of the House and Senate, it's like what they're going to do with it, and they've been at times, especially certain members have been pretty feckless. We're looking at you, John Fetterman, for what's going on right now, but like. Yeah, it's this absolute truth. I'm not saying it as a joke when I keep saying the Civil War is still going. This is what this has always been the case. This is the ending of Reconstruction, the Jim Crow laws, everything. The churches aligning themselves with segregation. Oops, that didn't work. We'll align ourselves with abortion and those kind of issues. This just continued to go by the leaders of the South, not necessarily the people. We got people in the South here. I love my time in the South when I'm there. There's some wonderful people there. I was just hanging out with two friends from Atlanta, Georgia last night who are wonderful people and progressive in all the right ways and just keep it going. So it ain't the people, it's these leaders. And it's just so true. This last breath of the Confederacy is this truth. I think we're all going to come to understand soon as we hopefully put them down. Now, there's people behind this. He mentioned Tulsi Gabbard, but Joe Kent. Joe Kent is part of that Tucker Carlson group that wants to kind of be the next kind of Republican kind of party that is problematic, to say the least. So there's more fight there, but just, yeah, absolutely. Nothing more to say on that. That's what I call a hero, Steve. That's someone doing good with his time here on the earth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and he spoke, I thought, eloquently to a lot of what people have just been saying to each other, and we haven't really heard someone say it out loud on a stage like that. And so that's refreshing to hear. We just,
Yep.
let's get more of that in Congress.
And I wish been speaking on stages in front of microphones for 30 years. I got 2% of the oratory skills he has.
Right.
So I like to, and I say his name's Marchand. I think that's at the time of going to press here, so to speak, with this show. I think that's kind of all that has been known about him. So I hope he emerges, and or you know what? Oh, we never hear from him, and he lives a quiet life and just fights the good fight and doesn't need to be dragged into the public light if he doesn't want to be. That's also a way to look at it too, as well. On the other side of it is Chud the Builder. Are you familiar with Chud the Builder, Steve?
No, I don't know. I mean, I can only imagine with a name like Chud the Builder that he's a very progressive, uptight, thinking man's man is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I didn't pull an individual picture of him, but I'll bring up the thumbnail again. He is, of course, the one on the right of screen, not the hero on the left. He is remember, I always get mad at white dudes with just mustaches. This is why.
Yeah.
This is why. So his real name is Dalton Etherly. He's been going for a bit. He's a big streamer, and to call him a alt-right influencer, that's almost an insult to the term influencer, which already needs to be insulted tremendously amount. But I had been familiar with him only because once I heard the name and I was like, the fuck is that? And then I saw a clip and I was like, oh, this is horrible. But he has made his fame and quite frankly made his money going around live streaming, usually in Tennessee, Nashville, places like that, going up to black individuals and hurling every racial slur you can think of at them. Phrases I just won't repeat here because number one, YouTube will probably be like, that's no good, but apparently this guy gets to make money off of it. And it's one of those things you watch him and you just want to jump through the camera and you want to take one of Jared the Tie Pilot's guitars and just smash him upside the head. But that's what he wants. He's trying to incite that and he's trying to get that going. And about a week ago, Steve, he tweeted out that the quote season finale of Chud the Builder was going to be essentially shooting a black person. And then all of us were going to riot when he gets off, when he's found not guilty, that he was going to, basically Kyle Rittenhouse himself. And he put that up a week ago and here we go. He got caught. He, number one, ran out on a nearly $400 bill at a restaurant in Nashville. And then yesterday got into a physical confrontation with someone who he, did his normal routine in. And then this Chud the Builder pulls out a gun, shoots that guy, and shoots himself, Steve. And now he's been arrested and charged with attempted murder. I do think we should follow this because I do want to make sure we don't get a Kyle Rittenhouse situation. I have nothing more to say on it, Steve, other than I'm sorry that you lived in a Chud the Builderless world and I just brought it into yours.
Yeah, and then the only funny part of this is that he Plaxico Burris himself, I guess, at the end of this, where he, I don't know how else. I don't know. That's got to be hard to shoot yourself in that scenario. But I guess if you don't know what you're doing and adrenaline and all that, but yeah, what the hell? This is okay. So first of all, I guess this is just a sign that we need to start streaming on Kick and Rumble because you can't you can't get banned over there for anything, right? So let's just.
I keep saying Twitch, but you're right. He's probably more on those. Yes, I apologize.
Oh, he sounds right up Kick's alley. But yeah, so we should. So yeah, turn in next week, guys. We'll expand to Kick, and we'll be on another platform where we'll be able to. We'll do the Blathering after dark. Ken will be able to let all the slurs fly.
Sure. Yeah,
but no, This is this is just another one of those. Okay, I understand crazy content has always been, and content with a C. I understand that's always been appealing in some degree. Back at going back to the early days of Jackass, right? Where you're just why is this entertaining to people?
Tom Green. I used to watch Tom Green.
Right. Right. But we're getting to a point where it's so many of these streamers and young influencers of young men that are super popular, young people are just this is anti-intellectualism turned up to 100 and weaponized ignorance just to the 100th degree. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's everything bad. And I don't understand. It's 35-year-old me. I don't understand the appeal because I'm not supposed to. But it's just I just don't know where. The kids are not all right, Ken. That's what this story tells me. Because he's a chud, literally and figuratively, and everything way in between. But there's obviously an audience for this if he's making money from it. You know what I mean? And that's the part that bothers me, other than the fact that some poor guy got shot. Like, that's crazy. But
Yeah, and as of right now, I don't know. I know there was some concern about his state. I don't have the update on that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. And yeah, I know. I got friends with young men, young sons in their lives, 18 to 21 range, and they love this kind of shit. And there's, like you said, not necessarily anything new, but yeah, not anything new. But even something like Jackass had a different. The goal was different, right? The goal was this guy, Chud the Builder, this Jake Lang fuck, who's going around in the fucking in the military outfit, trying to incite people to. That's what's got me concerned.
Well, the difference, I think, a little bit too back then is as much as crazy as it was, there were still certain guardrails, and that it was still being produced by major TV, right? Like, there was still an adult in the room somewhere before this went on a television screen in front of your kids. These guys just do whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean? Like Aiden Rouse pulls up porn while he's streaming the Super Bowl. They just do whatever they want. Like, it's just a crazy world. And so that's, so it's just a hyper kind of acceleration of the trends. And it's just, again, it's wild to me that there's kids that like sitting around a phone or an iPad being like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like, LOL. I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Seattle KO gets the update. He did get banned from Kick, which that's
saying something.
That's saying something. Anyways, I had nothing. Like I said, I'm just a dumb guy at the end of the bar. I had nothing super poignant to say or anything that's a new take on this. I just wanted to highlight the two ways to kind of live your life, right? And I think my audience, the ones that have stuck with me from the Schmoes days or the Collider days, and I've changed in the drive and goal of my shows has changed. I still want to entertain. I still want to build community around me, and I still want to invest in you as you guys invest with me. But I get it. I get it. I just don't talk about the pop culture stuff and pop culture stuff alone anymore, and that's not for everyone. But I know my audience gets it. But this is just a way to look at it. We got a hero, this guy Marshawn in Louisiana. We got this absolute villain who I hope gets everything that can be thrown at him. I hope it sticks, but we'll monitor that there. So, yeah, also, I wanted to know a little update. We got science here at the bottom of the hour. Excited to have Addie back. But also what's going on is this data center battle. And I have seen that, obviously know what it is. And I know some of the people involved, this Kevin O'Leary. And no disrespect to Canada, a country I love. But this dude's Canadian, and he's causing so much problems here in our country, just being a billionaire on TV. But I know that there seems to be behind this battle against data centers, Steve, almost like a coalition of many different kinds of people. Am I off base in thinking that? What do you have on this?
A coalition is, I think the people on the other side would like to be a coalition. I don't think they're quite that organized. I think there is the start of organization, and I think that the part of the story is that Kevin O'Leary was like accusing one of the groups who, two of the people who were being activists in the way of protesting against his proposed 40,000 acre data center that they want to put in Utah. I don't know how big, maybe Addie can help us with this in science later. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how big an acre is off the top of my head. I know it's, pretty big, but 40,000 acres, I know that's pretty big. They compared it to the size of Manhattan as far as how big this data center would be. That's really big. So obviously people are concerned about, hey, where are we just going to plop this thing down? And so there's a huge kind of cultural debate going on right now between, on one hand, there's the understanding that we need these things we all use the internet. It's the backbone of modern commerce, blah, 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 blah.
Right. I get that.
But on the other hand, we can't have these just unfettered, building of these things that are wrecking the environment, and we're all paying for it, by the way. Especially here where I live, our power bills are going up because we're involuntarily subsidizing these things as far as the way that the power draws are being calculated. So it's just it's a bit of a shit show, and it's happening really fast. It's happening faster than people really can react or have strong pushback to it, because the administration that we're in, again, it all comes back from things like deregulation and not having strong safeguards against companies like people that are supported by like the Kevin O'Leary project. They're called Project Stratos, whatever it is.
Sure.
And yeah, that doesn't sound like science fiction villainy at all. It's they're in an environment where it's like the Wild West again. You know, as long as these guys, put a few bucks in Trump's back pocket, they're going to be able to build and put together whatever they want. And so they're trying to get it done as fast as they can because they know we're on a wild train. We don't know when we're going to get off. You know what I mean? Like we don't know when. As soon as things hopefully ever go back to normal, you can't get rid of a 40,000 acre data center. It's there. Right, you know what I mean? And the people are going to rely on it. Infrastructure is going to rely on it. So it's not going to go anywhere. So there is a mad gold rush right now to build these things. And it's kind of weird how it's gone across party lines. I mean, conservatives are very for them because they are, they don't create jobs, but they create construction investment. Yeah. They create a huge amount of tax dollars for the places that they're put. But they're big ass giant warehouses that like a dozen people can basically manage. And so they're not making jobs. And as we've mentioned with Addy before, they're terrible for the environment.
Yeah. And
there you go.
Brady says the statement, we can make green data centers built completely on renewables, but it's not profitable. And there's the key.
It's way more expensive. Shit, why can't we put these things underground? Like, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, but because it's more expensive to do stuff to it and to cool it and to build it and all that kind of stuff. But so it's that double-sided.
Yeah. But and what I find, there was a headline, and I always say, hey, click on the story, read more of the story. And I always try to admit when I don't have the time. I saw one headline, and it wasn't like a Reddit thread. It was like CNN or something like that of folks in like 500,000 homes in Lake Tahoe will lose power by this data center in I think, Nevada or something like that, right? Again, whatever it is. But I saw that, and I was like, good in a way, because that's going to hit rich white people. And as we know, nothing really happens until it affects the rich white people. And if that's what it takes right now to get people to look at these data centers differently and what's going on, because I agree with you, from a dumb guy at the end of the bar perspective, I use the cloud for everything, right? All my podcasts are held somewhere. I don't know where. Jesus has them. I don't know. So I get the reality of the situation, but it's never handled in the right way. It's only handled for profit and the benefit of those at the top. And this is not new. I'm not saying anything new. Thanks, Ronald Reagan, for ruining everything and just, making the corporations as powerful as they are right now. So anyway, something to watch. And I appreciate your insight on it, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and yeah, we'll move off this. I think a big part of it though is that where a lot of people are getting upset from it now is how fast it's moving, and also the idea that these things are like popping up so quickly, taking up so much energy, as you mentioned. Again, this isn't just in Utah. This is also happening in Michigan, Louisiana, Ohio. Like Facebook, Meta, Zuckerberg wants to build his own nuclear power plants for these things. If they're like, you don't want to make me a data center, fine, I'll build my own nuclear power plant, which is like its whole other thing. Right. But it's crazy. That's where we are. Like, it's here we are. So but don't worry. The administration we have in place is definitely equipped to handle the energy crisis of the 21st century.
Yeah. Seattle Chaos says they take jobs away because it's running AI. Yeah, absolutely. Kingsport Cal says my county has been pushing against the data center BS. They want to build one here because of our rivers, like the Holston River there. It's all over the place. So, something to watch here as we talk about serious stuff tonight. Science here in a bit. Let me catch up with some Super Chats. You guys are very generous tonight. Alan Smithy checking in saying, I got to see all the Batmobiles today and Pee Wee Herman's bike and Morpheus's jacket. It was rad. Also got paid to do it. Super rad. Alan, are you hiring? Do you need an assistant? I need about $800 more a month to stay in my house. Alan, I'll drive you around all these places. Steve, which one of those would you want to see the most? Pee Wee's bike, I think tears would fill my eyes if I saw it.
I was never a Pee Wee kid. It just wasn't my time in the sun. And while I appreciate what the Matrix did for people, Morpheus's jacket just wouldn't do it for me. It's not like seeing, exactly. Okay. Wait, you've never seen it? You never seen the Matrix?
No.
Really?
You know why? I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the first one came out in 1999, right?
Uh-huh.
What else came out in 1999?
Bicentennial Man.
That's true. Well, a little Star Wars picture called The Phantom Menace.
Oh,
right?
Okay. Is that a George Lucas picture, huh? George Lucas vehicle came out.
As you all know, I have a stubborn streak in me. And when Phantom Menace came out, and and I didn't, now it's my favorite of the prequels. I watch it all the time. I just have it on in the background. I love the Phantom Menace. Back then, 23, had a little different view on things. I've grown and changed. but I was still a Star Wars fan. And so when The Matrix came out around the same time and everyone was like, it's so much better than Star Wars, it's like, go fuck yourself. And
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to ever watch The Matrix. That's not necessarily the smartest decision.
Right, okay.
I support the Wachowski sisters in their work. I'm curious about the commentary they had behind the fourth one, right? Which a lot of smart people are like, yeah, they were saying some shit, and the dumb people are like, it was stupid. So I'm behind them. I'll probably watch it one day. But that carried from 1999. I was like, nope, I ain't gonna take away from Star Wars.
So, okay, bring this up with your therapist, Ken. I think it's time. I think they'll be able to give you better advice than me as far as how to approach this. But I think you can. I think this might be good for you. I think this might be a good healing opportunity moment. Like, just sit down a Sunday night with Franny, a glass of wine, and just watch The Matrix. It's not.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I bet Taffeta will want to see The Matrix. With me. Curl up on a couch and watch him.
Exactly.
Addie, who we're going to hear from in a minute. Says, you can't survive on the moon in duct tape spacesuits. That's when I finished watching For All Mankind. And I get that. I haven't got that far. I guess they did some duct tape thing. I got it. So I'm not going to take that away from
duct tape thing. Okay.
I haven't got there yet. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, Steve. I'm only 4 episodes in. 4 episodes in. They got 5 seasons. I get it.
Is this the one where it's all woke, where like women went to the moon before men?
Yeah. Nixon's women. It's the 3rd episode. Nixon's women.
Yeah.
But Addie, don't Neil deGrasse Tyson yourself. Don't Neil deGrasse Tyson yourself, okay? First of all, you're too nice. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a prick, but don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, just go with it. There's no such thing as witches from the east and the west or the north and the south or whatever the hell's going on. Wicked, right? Come on. We're gonna talk to Addie in a second. Malcolm says this. Hey Ken, with the general SNL fandom coming around on Jane Wickline, they are. I wonder if there were any SNL cast members in the past that grew on you. Also, is it wrong that I thought Steve was in the thumbnail? Yeah. Steve is Chud the Builder.
What the hell?
I don't mean. Okay, I'm not gonna be an asshole.
What the fuck?
I'm glad I'm glad Jane Wickline is coming around and growing into a cast member of SNL. Okay, that's all I'll say. Off air, ask me what I think. In terms of cast members that grew on me, yeah, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, when he showed up in 95, he's one of the reasons I ended up going to the Groundlings and why I moved to LA and was in the Groundlings from 99 to 03 in their training program and everything.
Oh, wow.
But when he first showed up, I was like, this dude is just a loud screamer. I don't think what the fuck's going on? He showed up in the season that was a big rebuild season. Halfway through the first season, I was like, oh, I changed my mind. I absolutely love Will Ferrell. And I absolutely still do love Will Ferrell. It doesn't mean I love everything he does. I'm not a huge fan of like everyone loves Step Brothers. I didn't love that movie as much as others, but it doesn't matter. I also think he's a pretty good dude. And I came around to him. So that's the biggest example. Little examples, I don't know. I wish I didn't come around on Rob Schneider. He was like Rob Schneider. Now, can't even stand 1 second of looking at that fuck. So that's an example. Steve, what SNL character or cast member have you grown around?
That's a good question. I thought, I didn't like Keenan early on SNL. I loved Keenan growing up as a kid. I thought his early SNL stuff was tough. It just didn't like connect with me the same way. But I think later on, like Keenan as the elder statesman cast member, I think is a lot. I just like more. I think I just relate with him better a little bit more too. And so I think I enjoy him. Yeah, I think I would go there. But as far as, I loved Ferrell as a kid growing up. But to be honest, I was never like a religious SNL watcher. I caught it like on occasion. Yeah. But I just So
I'm with you. I'm with you on Keenan because when he showed up, that was still in the era where I was like in the Groundlings when he showed up, and so anytime someone showed up, it was like, who took my spot, which was never going to be the case. So I knew Keenan and Cal, but it was a little out of my age group. And I'm with you. I didn't dislike him, but I was like, okay, what's going on? He's got some good impressions. But yeah, and Narcolepsy said it. The What's Up with That sketch, it's timeless for me. I love obscure, awkward, weird, obtuse sketches, and that one absolutely did it. And I kind of like these. Like, now I'm going to stick around. I'm going to stick around and do the thing.
Hell yeah. If you
With
can,
that.
I mean, good for him. Like if you can handle it mentally for that long and like the grind of doing that
It's a
show for
grind.
as long as he's been on it, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
and as long as Lauren likes you, like, and you're not going anywhere. I mean,
Mhm.
steady paycheck. Why not? Like, do your thing, man.
Paycheck indeed. All right. I think, you know what, Steve, I think the energy of the show tonight is where I want the Blathering always to be. I've discovered I have to get angry. And then the
great.
Blathering will have a pace. I love faster, more intense. If people ask me,
Yeah.
hey Ken, should I start a podcast? What's a one tip for a podcast? Faster, more intense. Faster, more intense. Learn to speak in sound bites. Learn to learn to pass the ball around, and faster, more intense. And Steve, we have it tonight. We have it tonight.
Landing the plane is a skill.
Landing the plane. You know who's good with calls? Kyle Harlow. We're going to take a call from Kyle Harlow in a bit. But first, I'm excited to get Dr. Addie back on the show. I got to be honest. I don't even know where she went, Steve. She traveled. She got in the Dawn Treader and went towards the horizon. Her and Reach a Sheep or Reach a Peep or whatever that little rat character's name from the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. They went and saw wonderful things. You never read C.S. Lewis, Steve?
No. Well, is he the one that did did C.S. Lewis? Did he do
Chronicles of Narnia?
Narnia, yeah. That's the one. The Jesus lion, right?
It's
Yeah.
Christian allegory.
Yeah.
Yes,
My
yes,
mom
yes.
didn't like that. My mom didn't like that. She thought, yeah.
That's all I was allowed to read.
Oh, see, that's funny. Catholic family. My mom was like, no, Jesus wasn't a lion. Sorry, we don't like this.
It wasn't a lion?
Lord of the
Okay,
Rings
yeah.
instead. My mom's like, here, read The Hobbit.
See, that was funny. My parents didn't directly say you can't read the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit books, but I was like forced Chronicles of Narnia, and I don't mind them. I think they're entertaining. But yeah, I was not allowed to read the Hobbit. Little Devils or something like that. Anyways, let's bring Addie in here. Good to have her back. Addie,
of
how
Little
are
Devils.
you doing? Where did you go? What did you see? Oh, also, Steve, could you do me a favor? My Discord's not working. Something's going on. It's just spinning. Could you download the photos?
I'm on it.
or
I'm
the
already
slides?
on it.
Thank
I'm
you.
already on it. I'm way ahead of you.
Wow, there you go. Addie, hello. She's muted. Oh, gosh, she's muted. Oh, she's muted, everybody.
Did you miss me?
Addie.
There she is.
There she is. There she is. Hi, Dr. Addie. Welcome back.
Whoa, Addie sent us a picture
Hello.
of boobs.
Did you miss me?
What the hell?
We absolutely
Yeah.
missed you. We didn't learn anything. We've been dumb guys at the end of the bar for like 2 or 3 weeks. How are you?
I'm good. Can confirm
Yeah.
was not on a ship with a rat. Very important right now to confirm. Was
Yeah,
not
actually,
on a ship with a rat.
you're right.
Okay, good.
The
good.
Hanta
Okay.
virus.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair,
absolutely.
Fair.
That's good. That's good.
And it is
yes.
Hanta. We were right about that. It's not Hanta. So
It's
we
Hanta?
were.
It is Hanta.
It's Hanta. We nailed it. Yeah.
I was
Nailed it.
watching that episode yesterday and screaming at my TV that it was Hanta.
There you go. There
The
you go.
Fanta, the Fanta lobbyists got their money's
Well,
worth.
we're gonna have science in a second, so we'll get to the actual segment here. But what do you want to share about your trip?
Really quickly, 4 things before I share things about my trip. 1, Bicentennial Man is a great movie, Steve.
4
Two.
things.
I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
It never said otherwise.
40,000 acres is about 30,000 football fields.
Ooh.
No way. Holy shit.
That's a lot.
Huge. That's a lot of football fields.
Your Matrix logic is similar to why I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And
what got in the way of Breaking Bad? Because I've never seen it too. Because I wasn't interested. But what got between you and Breaking Bad?
it was very popular when I was getting my PhD, and when people found out I was studying to become a chemist, they were like, "Oh, like Breaking Bad?"
Yeah, I get you. Okay, yeah, I get it. I understand that.
And then you know how people used to make prom dresses out of duct tape?
Yeah.
They do
No.
that with spacesuits.
Yeah, okay, I got it. But you know, I don't want you to rob yourself of fun. That's all. That's all,
That's
Addie.
just not fun. As Laserbolt pointed out, it's a bunch of sad sobs all the time. They're just sad all the
I like
time.
that, though. I like sad stuff.
Oh, narcolepsy's right. We have to figure out how many acres that is. And
Oh, and blather units. Yes, Steve's on it.
Well, the blather
awesome.
unit is not a square unit, Steve. It's going to take some math.
Figure it out, Steve. You're on it. All right. So, what do you want to disclose of your trip, Addie? We're gonna have a little science segment here in a second. I want to get to the segment, but you were gone, and the people deserve to know.
Yes, while I was not on a ship with a rat, I was paying my annual patronage to a mouse.
Got it. Okay, so the Florida mouse or the Southern California mouse?
The Florida mouse.
The Florida.
Steve may have some photos that I have let him. He's allowed to share.
Oh, okay.
They're loaded into the
Okay.
into the StreamYard, Mr. Ken.
That's for the segment, right? Okay, yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So how long were you there?
I was there for 11 days.
At the park or just the area?
At the
Jesus.
park.
For 11
What the-
days?
what?
Did you work there? Like,
Is
did
there
they pay- what do
11-day
you do?
passes?
Oh, I have an annual pass, so I have a 365-day pass.
So you can
What
just
do you
walk
do
in and
for
out?
11 days.
I know that's a bigger park. I get it. I understand that there's a lot to see and do there. And that you could probably do, 2 days, you get to see everything in Southern California. I get that. But 11 days, take us through that.
So I basically was in 2 vacations. The beginning of my vacation, I went and my best friend and my niece and my nephew were there. So I spent time with them. And then the second part of my vacation, my mom came. So
Okay.
I was on like 2 trips. Also, I am very aware of my privilege in saying this, but
Sure.
I go to Disney a lot. So I
Right.
don't do Disney like other people do Disney. I
Okay.
don't go balls to the wall for 11 days.
Okay, what does that mean? Well, I think I know what you mean, and I'm intrigued by this. What do you mean?
I go on things I have fast passes for, and that's about it. I don't stand in line for things. And then I sit and I people watch, which is the most entertaining thing you can do.
That's right. Yeah, Addie, I get it. Because in between 2006 and 2009, I was dating someone who was obsessed with Disneyland, and we went often. And we went enough to where, and we're SoCal, but we went enough to where exactly we'd go for the full day, but we could take our time. We could get a chimichanga or a hot chocolate and churro. We could sit down and we could just watch people, and it's remarkably fun. I get it.
Someone once asked me what my favorite thing to do at Disney World was, and without hesitation, I told them people watching, and they were like, "You can do that at Walmart for free." I was like, "It is
That's
not
true.
the same kind of people watching.
Especially in Johnson City, Tennessee.
It is when you are on the multiple thousands of dollars of vacation of a lifetime that you've saved for, and it's not going the way you wanted because Southern Florida is hot and everyone is tired.
Yeah.
That is a different kind of people watching that you cannot get anywhere else.
Okay, I'm in it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
We also make up games. We make it fun.
Okay. All right.
When we go to the park that Galaxy's Edge is in Florida, we count the number of droids and lightsabers that people have bought. Sometimes
calculate how much money.
Exactly. Sometimes we play people watching bingo. Our go-to favorite is Who Needs a Nap?
I love that. You should market that. You should trademark that and sell it as a game. Maybe Disney will buy it.
So
Or just steal it from you. But
Yeah, that's true too. All right.
My
I
favorite
love
people
that.
watching game is in Vegas. Me and my friends will sit around Ken and we'll stand around and be like, we'll just sit there and be like, is he paying for it? Do you think that old guy's paying for it when there's like an 80-year-old guy and a 25-year-old like hot girl with like walking by? Like, you think he's paying for that? He's doing it.
One day, Steve, you and I are going to travel to Vegas together. Okay, it's going to happen when we make our millions here. And we're going to go to my favorite bar in Vegas, which is the middle of Caesar's Palace. It's an open air bar. It used to be differently themed. I think they did a remodel. And you just get to sit in the middle of Caesar's with a drink and just watch everyone doing exactly what you're doing. It's my favorite thing to do in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Other than fuck in front of an open window. But all right. On that note, Addie, I want to get to some science here, and this is related to your trip. Yes?
Yes, because unfortunately, the Florida sun got me.
It got you.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Take us.
So, Steve, why don't we throw up the pictures of me in the most magical place on earth?
Hey yo.
Okay, so I'm paying my I was gone tax, guys.
Okay.
On the left, you have my May the 4th outfit, which was a shirt that I made that said Padme was right about everything.
That's a good shirt. Have you sold that? Have you made it yourself?
I did make it myself. And then on the right,
hold on, Eddie. We should talk about this. Force Center, we could be interested in putting the shirt out and splitting profits.
You can have it.
No, I want to split profit. That's a great shirt.
It's a great
It's a
shirt.
great shirt.
It really,
You made it
Addie,
on your own?
people
Yeah,
will buy it. People will pay money for that.
People will buy this shirt, Addie.
This is another reason why you need to come to Celebration.
We're going to talk. Yeah, you got to get to Celebration. Okay. All right, continue. Sorry, I cut you off, Addie, with a business opportunity.
That's okay. That's okay. And then on the right, I met Din and the baby. So
Love that. Love that.
It was lovely. But on my
Does
first
he smell like
day,
leather? I imagine he smells like leather.
You know, Steve, when I sent you that picture and he said, "What does he smell like?" I didn't know how to react.
But I imagine he smells like leather, right? Or
yeah,
a horse.
I imagine.
I couldn't really smell anything because on my second day there, the temperatures went from being about highs in the 70s to highs in the 90s. At one point in my trip, the high temperature was 96 degrees.
What's the humidity there at that point?
It's almost
oppressive.
Yeah.
Oppressive.
Oppressive.
And that takes us right into
And that takes us right into on the first day of Dr. Addie's trip, Dr. Addie got sun poisoning.
She sent us a picture of boobs, Ken.
Explain
Look at this.
more. Explain more. Explain more.
So sun poisoning, there are two different types of sun poisoning. Luckily, I got the more mild version. Sun poisoning is often is medically referred to as polymorphous light eruption.
That's another way of saying you're poly. That's great. Okay. That's a new way. That's different.
It is polymorphous because it looks different in different people. An eruption refers to the sudden onset of the rash, usually within 30 minutes of UV light exposure. This is commonly referred to as a sun allergy or sun poisoning. Okay. It affects up to 15% of people worldwide. They're not sure entirely what causes this. It's possible that UV radiation alters a compound in your skin that makes your immune system react in a weird way.
Okay.
But it usually only happens the first time you are exposed to the sun in a season.
First time.
Yeah, so my pasty New England resident self went down to Florida.
Okay.
It stood in the sun for the first time in 6 months. And my skin was like, holy crap, what are you doing? We're burning alive.
Yeah, okay. So, hold on. Yeah,
luckily, my rash was, this is not me in the picture. My rash was on my arms.
There you go, Dirty Steve. Okay.
No, I knew this wasn't Addie. Actually, Addie, I figured she just sold us like random boobs. Like, geez, I'm a married man, Ken.
I have a question, Addie. How close? I suffer from something, and it's gone away mostly. But I suffer from something called tinea versicolor, which first emerged on me in about 2006 or no, 7, I think 7. It's heat related, but it looks the same. It shows up as splotches, or it could be bigger splotches on the skin. It's a rashy kind of thing, maybe yeasty in its origins. And I used to have to go to a doctor and get pills for it, which they didn't want to give me because they're like, it destroys your kidneys. But I was like, yeah, this destroys my social life. And then technology advanced, and now soap can handle it. There's certain soaps, and I don't have the problem anymore. Also, I'm not walking around in a suit in Northridge, which is what caused the problem. Closely related? Is it the same? It looks the same.
It is not. Tinea versicolor is a fungal skin infection.
Right. Yes. Steve, isn't that sexy, Steve? Huh?
So that just means you're gross, Ken. So, yeah.
It's caused by overgrowth of yeast that naturally lives on your skin. This is just a weird reaction that your skin can have the first time it sees sun in a while.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
There are two different kinds. Luckily, like I said, I had the milder version where all I got was a rash. There's also a version of this where you get a rash, but you also get a lot of flu-like symptoms.
Oh.
And it can be really dangerous.
Okay.
Mine just involved a trip to the hotel gift shop to get some hydrocortisone cream so that I didn't itch my arms.
Is that the cure? What can you do? Okay. Okay. So if I have a friend Joel from Canada. Occasionally he pops on YouTube channels and puts dumb comments in there. If he's from Canada and he goes to the sun, what does he do and gets this? What does he do?
So
to the sun.
Hydrocortisone hydrocortisone cream helped me. Luckily, my best friend, who I was there with her and my niece and nephew, is a pediatrician. So she also told me that I could have doubled up on my allergy medicine, but I had only brought enough allergy medicine for the trip. So that wasn't an option for me.
Okay.
Because it's essentially an allergic reaction to the sun. But like I said, it'll only occur the first time you're sort of in the sun for the season.
First of all, Brady, F you and your skin, your beautiful Asian skin. How dare you put that in front of us? Okay. All right. I cut you off, Eddie. What's next up here?
So the solution is to wear sunscreen. You should always wear sunscreen. Sunscreen is great. We've talked previously about the electromagnetic spectrum on this show. The sun naturally gives off part of the spectrum that's shown on your screen right now. It gives off visible light. That's why we can see things. It gives off a little bit of infrared, and it gives off a little bit of UV. And the UV or ultraviolet is what is dangerous. That's what causes sunburn, suntan, and skin cancer. The UV and UV can be broken down into 3 different categories. You can see there on the screen: UVA, UVB, and UVC. Luckily, the ozone layer takes care of UVC and a lot of the UVB rays. So that's why it was important to save the ozone layer many, many years ago. And sunscreen takes care of your UVA and UVB. So sunscreen, it uses either chemical or physical filters to protect the skin from UV radiation, depending on what's in it. If it's a zinc oxide or a titanium dioxide sunscreen, that's a physical barrier, whereas chemical sunscreens have things like avobenzone, oxybenzone, all sorts of chemicals that are banned in Hawaii. And your SPF, or your sun protection factor, measures how long the sunscreen will protect the skin from UV damage. SPF 30 blocks approximately 97% of UVB rays. SPF 50 blocks roughly 98. You should reapply every 80 to 90 minutes or more if you've gotten wet or incredibly sweaty. Now, I was wearing sunscreen and still got sun poisoning. Important to point out. But you should always wear sunscreen.
Love it. I think that's absolutely true. That's true.
Or you can just not go out in the sun at all, like the squirrel shown on our last slide.
Oh, yeah. You sent this for the audio listeners. There's a squirrel doing the flat on the ground thing, which I love. They do to cool down. They do it in my yard. It's the greatest thing.
I do that in the summer on my kitchen floor.
Last year in the summer, I have an outside electrical outlet, and I put a fan out there, and I just ran the fan all day, and the squirrels would come in front of it and lay down, and I'm the greatest squirrel dad in the world. That's smart. Get in the shade and lay down, Addie, right?
That was taken on the day that it was 96 degrees outside. So I don't know how cool that pavement actually was.
A little cooler, right? A little shade. Yeah.
And then I also included a picture of some delicious desserts
that spread.
We love food.
A couple cannolis. Looks like a parfait.
Look at that.
It was
a Mickey shaped chocolate.
Underrated breakfast item parfaits.
Fruit tart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then that was a cheesecake parfait, a cake pop.
Cake pop. Ooh,
wait, hold on. I need to know more about this cheesecake parfait. What kind of cheesecake parfait?
It was a fairly basic cheesecake with graham cracker crumble and gold sprinkles on top because it was themed like the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Holy crap, that sounds great. Oh, that sounds amazing. Also
not pictured the s'mores crepe I ate.
Love it. You ate well and you deserved it. Yeah, recovery hacker is right. That sounds amazing.
Do you get a food discount or any kind of food package with annual passes? Any food perks with annual passes?
I get 10% off sit-down meals.
That's not bad.
Is that enough though?
No, because it's half the tip, but it's better than nothing. I mean, you gotta throw me. Hey, dude, if I have annual passes, you gotta throw me some kind of bone. Right? That's better than nothing.
On my 11-night stay, I got 25% off my room with my annual pass.
Well, that's
because they were concerned. Yeah. They were concerned. We can't have you losing your life savings on our watch. They were like, let's lower the price for her. That's what I think that was.
I saved,
stuff.
Ken.
You
I
saved.
Good stuff.
diligently.
Okay, I don't know. Wonderful stuff. And look, it's serious. My mother's battled skin cancer twice. I forget I have sunscreen, and I go for my walks and I forget, and I got to remind myself. This is a good reminder. It's serious. Even when you're having fun at Disneyland, eating a cheesecake parfait. Oh my God.
Well, and I do think that's how this happened, Ken, because the first day we were there, like I said, the high was only in the 70s and it had been cloudy in the morning. So I did apply that sunscreen first thing. I finally applied it in the afternoon, and then we stood and watched a parade, and I think it was too little too late.
This is why I'm against parades. One of the many reasons.
But the
Why I'm an
parade
advocate
has
for
a
floppy
fire.
hats.
The parade has a fire-breathing dragon, Ken.
That's a strong
Fire.
argument, Ken.
I get it.
Fire-breathing
I'm not a huge fan of parades as a concept, but I think you're right. If there's a fire-breathing dragon, look, I went to the Disney parade when I was younger, and I fell in love with Snow White. I get it. There's things to see. I get it.
See, this is the thing. It's always comes all these things all these popular things that like 98% of the population likes that you don't like, Ken. It comes back to some kind of unresolved childhood trauma. It's not that you don't like. These are things. I'm glad you're in therapy, because these are the things you need to bring up so that you can.
Should I bring that up?
Really work through them.
On my session on Wednesday. Hey, I don't like parades.
Yeah. Yes.
Where do we go with that?
Get rid of this negative. Dude, you don't understand. The more negative baggage you get rid of, it makes it that much easier to get happy, right?
Okay. Yeah. I guess.
Chip it away, man.
I'll figure it out.
Who the fuck?
I'll figure it out.
Is a parade at the end of the day not just like hyper people watching? Like you sit there in a lawn chair with a drink and you just watch them go by? No?
It's old-timey entertainment. I think I have a problem with old-timey entertainment.
I like looking at the roofs and be like, where are the snipers? Like, how is the security detail? That kind of stuff. That's always fun too.
Yeah, I love it. Addie, we're very glad you're back. That was a very fun and useful segment for those out there. It's a PSA. That was a Blathering PSA. When's your next trip, and are you itching to go?
I'm no longer itching. I have hydrocortisone.
That's good. That's good.
Took the itch out in a couple days. Also, for anyone interested, I did just post a picture of the fire breathing dragon in the Blathering Discord.
Get in the Discord, people.
Which is a great advertisement for the Discord. Patreon.com/KenNapzok.
Oh my God, that's really cool. I'm not showing it. You have to go get in the Discord. Go get in the Discord, folks. The fire breathing dragon's fucking cool.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Get everyone.
I'm a salesman. Yeah.
That dragon once caught fire.
There's an American flag in the background. There's some symbolism here.
Okay,
just saying.
Can I have a timeout here? Let me tell you something, Laserbolt. I hope you choke on a forest meat bone. Not die. I hope you're around the campfire.
Get a good
For those on the audio, Laserbolt just said that the radio guy hates, quote, old-timey entertainment. Just because you're right, Laserbolt, doesn't mean it's so loud. Unbelievable. All right. Addie, I appreciate you. We got some confessions to get to. We're glad you're back. The people missed you.
Thank you. I missed you all too. You guys are stuck with me for a while. My next trip is not for a bit. I've got to do some summer research and summer science. And I'm really mad. I had a vacation confession and I have forgotten what it was.
You'll stick around if you think about it. We got some confessions. We do have some tonight, so we're going to get to it. We got some chat. Then we got also Kyle with the sports update. Addie, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Didn't cut her off. Okay. Look, Scarlet Wolf says that dragon is super cool. Get in the Discord.
Right?
Patreon.
Get in the Discord.
.com/KenNapzok. Help me keep living in this house. All right. I can't do that. Steve, I can't do the background because the graphic acceleration is off.
Okay.
So we're just going to play. We're just going to play the music. You can do it if you want. I'm going to get this to there we go. Oh,
so you can just talk to me through the. You can just whisper to me through the thing.
Do you have? Because I don't have it on this computer. That's weird. It didn't load into this computer.
Let me.
Never mind. No, never mind. Yeah, you got it. Okay, you got it. Okay. It is Thursday, and usually, if we have people there ready to confess, this is where we take sinful confessions from our audience and find out if it was a sin. If it is not a sin, you get to walk scot-free. But if it was, maybe you serve some sort of penance here, and we let the audience help us decide. Now, we do have two. We have confession from Jared, the TIE pilot, but I do want to bring in our friend Chris Carbon Swap, who is a librarian, the best librarian in LA County. And Steve, do you recall recently when Brady called into the show and confessed to sin that he sat in the teen section at his local library. Do you recall that?
I recall that, I think, and I'm not sure what Brady's excuse was for that, unless he was being nefarious on purpose. But I'm interested to see what Chris's thoughts are, and if he would have kicked Brady out with force.
Yeah. So, Chris, welcome to the show. Let's see what happened here with Brady. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Good. I mean, we've had Narnia references. Your podcasts are in the cloud with Jesus. Addie's back. You also hate parades like me. This has been a home run of a show so far. So.
What is
And
who's
Kingsport Cal does too.
anti-parade?
And Cal too. And there we go.
Cal does too.
That's
Cal
not
hates parades
surprising.
too.
That's not surprising at all.
There will be no parade at BlatherCon, unfortunately.
And Ingve says he has not gotten the Discord. Ingve, if you're in Patreon and need it,
I'll help you out, Invia. I got you.
And I will clarify. Sorry, business, Chris. If you sign up for the Patreon and you get into the Discord, to get into the Discord, Patreon will send you an email or a sign-on thing, and the link is in there. If it's not, let us know. We'll send you a link, and we'll make sure you have the right tier role in the Discord.
And if
All
you
right,
ever
Chris,
have issues, leave a comment on any of the videos or in the community thing, and producer Steve will help you. Just let me know.
So, Chris, where are we at with Brady and his sin?
Yeah. So if I can flip the script a little bit, I would like to be here to absolve you and Steve and Brady for saying it was okay for him to sit in the teen section, because it's not.
Oh, wow.
So here, hang on. I'm going to give a caveat here.
Okay,
so
we're taking some lashings, Ken. I like this.
A lot of libraries call their teen section a young adult. So I don't know what Brady's age is. If he's college age, usually we'll let that slide. But if it says teen area, it's the teen area.
So I understand rules, and I understand Brady broke them.
Yeah.
What would you have said if you see Brady in there?
Yeah.
What would you have said?
We probably would have gone over and just be like, "Hey, are you here to tutor somebody? Are you basically?" I mean, we don't card people necessarily, but we try to get a vibe and
we do now.
and make sure that people are sitting in the age appropriate sections. The way I like. Go ahead, Steve.
Isn't this ageism? Like, isn't this like having a service dog? Like, you can't ask me if I have a service dog. Like, he's just he's there. Like, it's against my rights for you to tell me my service dog's not legit.
It's not ageism. I promise you. And I will also clarify that I'm not speaking on behalf of all libraries. I'm not speaking on behalf of my employer. This is my own independent take. So the way I explain it, the way I like to explain it is this: the library is like a shopping mall. Okay. I can go into Hot Topic. I can browse a Hot Topic, but ultimately, I know the store is not for me to hang out in for 6 hours.
Wow, he really took a shot at the creeps that hang out in Hot Topic for 6 hours.
Well, wait a minute. Libraries have like tables and chairs to like. There's no table and chair at Hot Topic to just sit there. Like,
no, I know, but you just gotta get the vibe. You gotta see. Okay, is this the kids section where all the kids books are? Okay, I can browse. I can get some books for my kid, for my grandkids. Right. But then I got to get out of there and go sit. So
I understand. I understand rules, right? Rules are often in place. Number one, I think generally rules are in place because someone violated it and sued before or sued for what happened. Yeah. You said shopping malls. My public safety experience will, back this up. So, for instance, every mall at an escalator has a sign that says "Do not put strollers on it." And everyone loves to violate that rule. And I can tell you, I have videotape after videotape of babies falling down the escalator stairs, getting permanently scarred. I don't mean to be light about it, but that's why the rule exists. You might think your stroller's safe, but you don't know what's going to happen. So what kind of damage could Brady have caused in the teen section? And why do you have a teen section?
Well, so it's basically so that everybody has their own designated space that's kind of for them, because it's hard to get teens into the library, as Kingsport Cal just pointed out. So if there's if you're 13, 14 and you're going to the library to study with a group of your friends and you go there and then there's a bunch of adults hanging out that aren't supposed to, you're like, hey, I thought this was the teen section. I thought this was my section. And then you go there. Okay. It's basically to keep the area, safe and it's supposed to be designated for the people in that area.
Steve, you had a thought.
I have an idea. I know how to bring the kids back to the library, Ken, especially for the areas where recreational marijuana is legal. Okay. We need to do a smoke and read sesh. And I guess you could only do this for like 18 to 19 to 20-year-olds, but you just need to like do a thing where we get super baked at the library and then just sit down and be like, all right, kids, we're going to read a chapter of The Hobbit today. You know what I mean? Like that would be fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? Have like brownies or whatever. Like look, man, I'm just trying to help.
You should definitely consider that, Chris. Yeah,
I will abstain from commenting on that.
Okay, so yeah, I don't want you to control. Okay, so I get it. So you're saying so now Brady's a borderline case because I've been around Brady. He's got a young face. You might think he's a mature high schooler. I don't know. Okay. I get it. Whedon reads as the Ox 2000, and that's Chris. You don't have to comment publicly, but you know these are good ideas.
Write that down.
So okay, but so you just don't want to make it uncomfortable for teens with some weird old guy sitting there going, what book you reading?
Exactly. If it happens one time, it's, they're not to get too deep into the weeds, but there's been, instances in my library system, other library systems, like if you start letting adults in all the time, then one of them's going to do something nefarious.
Yeah, I agree with that. I understand. Okay. Lost, so what you're saying, Chris, here to land a plane here is, Steve, me, and Brady all committed a sin.
Well, I would say you just needed further information. So it's not you're not being punished for this.
That's a really nice way of letting us down.
Yeah. This is clarification.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. And honestly, if I could just sum it up into one piece of advice, I would just say, if you're unsure, just narc on yourself at the library. Just go up to the reference desk and be like, hey, is it cool if I eat this burrito in here? Is it all right if I take this call on speakerphone? Just ask the library staff. We will definitely point you in the right direction.
So
is it okay if I
hey, can I take a speakerphone call right here? JMB asks, is there an old person section? Do you have that designated, or is that just the rest of the library?
That's just the rest of the library.
Okay. This is great. Libraries are fascinating. I've worked for Chris and his wife at libraries, and it's a fascinating little world. I'm fascinated by it. Chris, I appreciate this.
Libraries?
Chris, not now, but at some point in real life, I'm going to have to get some advice from you on the shuttle system to the Greek, because I am going to see Liz Fair and Slater Kinney in September. So I'm going to need some help with that. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Let's grab lunch.
Okay. Perfect. Right. Thank you, Chris, the greatest librarian in LA County right there. Let's take Jared the Tide Pilot here. This is the Blathering Live. You're all watching, hanging out. We're having some fun. Come hang out with us there. Jared, what's your sin? Hi.
Hi, guys. How we doing?
I'm good. I'm having a fun night.
That's good.
Were you naughty, Jared?
I don't know. Well, you got to help me to see if this is bad of me or not. So forgive me, Daddy. Have I been bad?
Okay.
Don't say it that way. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know it does. That's why we love it. So as many know, I am a big proprietor of the Jersey Mikes. I have a local one that I go to enough where they just know the order.
Love it.
And I am not one to, I like to pay because I like to get my points and blah blah blah. But
hold on. You said you like to
pay?
Yeah.
I heard you like to peg, which is a different conversation or something.
Oh. I mean, you like to pay. I was like, wait, do you have is that like optional? Like, what do you mean you like to pay?
Well,
like,
that's
you're just gonna steal the Jersey Mikes?
That's where we're getting at. Because
okay,
I'm like, because this also makes me ask, how is Jersey Mike still in business? Because it is not just my local location. Anyone I've been to in the country seems to do this. He just hands me the sandwich, knowing I haven't paid, and says, "Hey, you're right. And then just hands me a cup. I'm just like, and usually I'll walk up and try to pay anyway. But Bill's been a little catching up and whatnot. So I was just like, you know what?
Okay,
I'm gonna save that free sub that I have in points and just take this freebie. Okay, it's like, am I getting this man in trouble? Am I doing the right thing by accepting free food for no reason?
Okay, so you think that's the sin? You walked into your. Let me recap here.
This is like an Addy sin. Jesus.
I don't know, man. I parked one
tire over the line. Okay, so hold on. Let me wrap this up in a little context here. You have a Jersey Mike's that you go to all the time. Yep. You're known there. You said the guy is Bill. You know Bill. right?
I actually don't know the guy's name. Fair enough.
Oh,
He doesn't know mine either.
Okay, that's fine. Doesn't that happens a lot.
Facial recognition.
That happens a lot. Glory holes don't come with name tags. Okay, so you walk in.
I love what I've turned Ken into when I call in.
Because you're the only. I'll tell you why, Jared. You're the only one who's not afraid of dick jokes. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not afraid of dick in general, but
that's what I'm saying. You've seen a prick in anger. Okay, so you walk into your favorite Jersey Mike's. They know you. They have it's Tuesday, 7 p.m. We know Jared's going to get his tuna, whatever it is. The number 7 Mike's Way. You walk in, the guy goes, hey, got one for you. He got one for you. Hey, here's a cup. And you get a free sub. No points needed. Credit card doesn't need to come out. I don't understand the sin. Steve, this sounds like God has smiled on him.
Yeah, dude, take the win when you get it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like you're taking advantage of homeboy just handing you the sandwich and then you just walk out, right? Like I
eat it there too, so it's like they got plenty of time to be like, hey,
right? Hey, you never paid for this, right?
Oh, you eat it there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I there's some fast food where like I'll be able to take, but Jersey Mike's, you got to have it fresh right there.
I agree.
Otherwise, that bread's gonna, because I get a steak and cheese, and that bread's gonna be.
I might want to get one tonight. Jared, I don't think here's definitely not a sin, and Scarlet Wolf says not a sin in chat. I think it's not a sin because of this. I think this is a reward for the nice person that you are. Addie says even I don't think it's a sin. So I think this is God, by whatever concept you understand them, rewarding you for the good deeds that you are behind every day.
Fair enough. It was the guilty real estate, retail worker in me. I was just like, I know there's a camera watching him. He's going to get spoken to about that. Right? Like I said, though, this seems to be a thing with Jersey Mike's. Because I've been to many of them all around the country and whatnot.
Not me.
They just hand it to you. And then, like, I remind them most of the time, I still need to pay. Like, I could just walk out with this. But you don't, Jared. And this was a God of your understanding rewarding you. Jedi Gothic watching live on Twitch says, I agree, it's a reward. You're good, Jared. You're good. Go eat your sandwich. I shall. All right. You guys stay safe.
Thank you, Jared. That's it. Oh, we have one sin that is sent in with a very generous super chat from Forrest Meets himself. Blathering Vids. Sin or not? ? My morbidly obese friend wanted to go a Lions game, and against his wishes, I got handicap tickets. They were super cheap and great seats, and he eventually loved the decision. Sin or not? So he has a friend that is of a larger size. That's itself, it's not a sin, just a way of life there for him. And Steve Laserbolt said, hey, look, he probably not able to maybe sit in the normal seats. It's a problem with society, not him. I'm going to make it a little better for him, plus get some cheaper seats. Sin or not, Steve?
This is going to be careful here. I'm still going to say no. I'm going to say no sin, but here's why, Ken.
Yes. Why?
Excuse me for clearing my throat. Mm-hmm. I think it has nothing to do with why this person is in the situation that they're in. It's more about what are the handicap seats for. And the other thing I was going to say is we're still calling them handicap seats. What happened? What happened? He's too proud of his.
Laserbolt's update. He was too proud to admit he was so big. He is also dead now. Oh, that took a turn.
This frees me up a lot then, actually, on my opinion. This actually makes it a lot easier to talk about this. So the idea of the handicap seat is that it is there to accommodate people in that life situation, regardless of why the reason how they got there is not why it exists. It is there for a convenience for them, but also in a weird, selfish way. It's like, this is like a logistical fire safety, crowd safety. Like we have these things set up this way so that in the event we need to get people, you know what I mean? It's just that there's a whole logistics thing to this. Mm-hmm. So for that reason, I don't think it's a sin. Even if you say, no, my friend was morbidly obese just because he literally just never got off his ass and ate all day. Like, that's not the point. Mm-hmm. It's more, you can have your thoughts on that, whatever you want, but it's more, the reason it's
no.
So I say you're good.
I say Laserbolt, you're good. I think this was a good gesture at the time, and I'm sure it was remembered. And you know, the biggest problem might be, you know, you unfortunately had to watch the Lions back when they maybe weren't as good as they are now. So, you know, watching Billy Sims run and you know, Gary Danielson hand the ball off might not have been what he wanted to see, but you have the memories. I don't think it's a sin. All right. I think that's it for the confession, Steve. We've done it.
All right. Well, the organist, she's got her money's worth today, but we didn't hand out too many indulgences. But what are you going to do?
Good. Hey, look, guys, gals, everyone there in chat, keep track. Keep track of your sins during the week. And on Thursdays, call in. Except for next Thursday, because we don't have a show. We might have one Wednesday. Kingsport Cow says, dude's got the best seats in heaven now. There you go. It all worked out. I was all happy. Let's take a call here from Kyle Harlow.
That's really funny, actually.
Carbon Swap says
layers to that joke. That's funny.
Carbon Swap says I was sold 4 seats in the accessible section at a hockey game because that's all they had left. So I think I told the story once before. Mark Ellis and I usually every year travel up to Seattle to do comedy, and we stay in a Best Western in Edmond, Seattle. And one year I check in, and they gave me the accessible room. I felt bad because I was like, but what if someone comes along? You know, I just felt I felt weird about it. You know, I felt it was fine, but I felt weird about it.
You just tell the receptionist, like, hey, if someone comes in and needs this room, you just kick me out. I'll be, you know what I mean? Like, just for I'm saying this just for my sake of my conscience. We know that's not going to happen, but now you feel better about yourself.
Yes,
that's all.
I love that. All right, Kyle's on here. I say sports, but I don't even know if it's fully sports. Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. I caught wind of this blockbuster trade like right before I was leaving work, so and there was a lot of chatter about it already.
What is it? What is it? I missed it.
So it's summertime, as Addie said. Kids are going to be getting out of school.
Yeah, and the living's easy.
Zoo season is about to crank up, and before the start of zoo season, we had a blockbuster trade between Pittsburgh and Boston.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium will be sending 7-year-old male Western lowland gorilla Frankie to the Boston Franklin Park Zoo in exchange for 33-year-old silverback gorilla Little Joe.
Okay.
I think Schefter had this first. It was him or Rappaport. I don't know.
Yeah, I think yeah. And Mike Frioli reported about. So what I'm saying, so Boston's picking up a prospect gorilla, and Pittsburgh's picking up a veteran for the stretch run.
Yep. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. Pittsburgh, you know, it's just like the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. They're shifting into win now mode with Little Joe.
Yeah,
at Silverback.
I think this is to analyze this trade. I think this is good for the city of Pittsburgh, which needs to, you know, outside of the steel curtain of the Steelers, but that's been a while since they've won. I think they needed to secure some sort of investment from the ownership to show that they're going to win the Zoo Wars this year. I think, Steve, this is a good trade for Pittsburgh. We'll get to Boston in a second.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I want to talk about kind of like where are we valuing a 7-year-old? I mean, here's the thing. When I look at it, Ken, I see a 7-year-old male Western gorilla. That is like a blue chip prospect. Gorillas last 30, 40 years, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they go, I think, even longer than that. And Boston is sending a 33-year-old vet silverback gorilla back to Pittsburgh. Like that's like the Commanders getting Wagner and like, you know, the Packers getting Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? You know, like this gorilla in Pittsburgh is going to go through the Pittsburgh system, go through and come into his prime for the next. He's going to be a stalwart at this Pittsburgh Zoo for the next 30 years, Ken.
Well, the one. Wait, hold on. Am I confused? The veteran
Boston
goes to
gets the
Pittsburgh.
prospect.
I'm sorry, heading to Boston. Right.
So basically, this puts some pressure on the Pittsburgh Zoo to win now. But Boston, think Boston franchises as of late have not been as steady.
Yeah,
not been as on steady ground. Yeah, it's a Boston reset. Now, Jared, the TIE pilot who's from Boston, says he's not happy with the trade. Jared, add in chat why you're not happy. But Steve, who are the Steve and Kyle? Who are the experts saying got the win out of this, Kyle?
Well, it was kind of mixed online. I think the general consensus was that Boston got the better end of the trade. I would agree with him. I think Little Joe's had a great run, but I think he's done. I could be wrong, but I've seen some of Frankie's tape. I think he's very explosive. I think he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, really good at throwing feces at the crowd and maybe breaking apart bamboo.
Excellent.
Yeah, for a show. Yeah, and Jared says Little Joe is a staple in the Boston area and wants him to retire. Well, here's what I think might happen, and maybe this will make Jared feel better. Little Joe goes to Pittsburgh, maybe wins a title, right? Maybe wins a title and plays a season or two in Pittsburgh. And then when he's ready to retire, the Pittsburgh Zoo will release him as a courtesy. He'll sign a one-day contract with the Boston Zoo to finish out.
Yeah.
Kyle, what are the chances of that happening?
Yeah, I think, Little Joe he's got a pretty good reputation in Boston. It happened pretty fast. I didn't get much time to research it. There may be some character concerns in Little Joe's past. Oh. He may have been tranquilized in the past for attacking zoo patrons. I need to do more due diligence on that before I comment further.
That's a good point. Was there like an otter to be named later going to Pittsburgh or Boston or anything like that?
Yeah, maybe it just wound up being a straight up trade. There was talk of maybe some marsupials and maybe a couple bags of feed, but it just those didn't get included. So
some bags of feed consideration in a trade like this. That's great.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
I really think. Obviously, I think Boston definitely wins this, getting the younger prospect. Here's the thing: Little Joe is a 33-year-old silverback gorilla who's spent the last 3 decades in Boston. Ken. I think it's safe to say, he might just be, he might be a little racist for a gorilla, but it's just something to something to watch out for. It assimilates into those. Look, man, he brands himself as a silverback gorilla. We're not really doing that a lot these days. It's kind of like we're not supposed to see color. So
that's true.
That's all.
That's true. Kyle, appreciate it. You keep your ear to the grindstone on zoo trades for us, okay?
All right, I will do. I'm working the phones later tonight, so I will keep at it. Thanks.
The trade deadline's coming up, so the summer season is upon us.
Yep.
Memorial Day, famously the zoo trade deadline. So.
There you go. Thank you, Kyle. That is our zoo, trade scooper. He's our insider, like a Schefter or a Peter Gammons back in the day.
Diana Rossini.
There you go. Kingsport Cal uses his channel membership. He's been a member for 36 months. Become a YouTube channel member. Get the call in there. Steve, thoughts on the Switch 1 Nintendo?
The Nintendo Switch, great machine, great device. Loved it. Played one of my favorite Zelda games ever on that thing. I have a Switch 2 now because I like the Switch so much.
Love it.
So yeah, if you can get a Switch 1 for cheap, go for it.
Good call. We're going to take a call from Brady and start wrapping up the show here. Brady, so you were a sinner.
What'd you do, Brady?
Brady, you're a sinner.
God damn it. Do I have to get the thing back on? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get I gotta call the organist.
Brady, are you okay? Are you calling from a bus and or subway?
Brady,
I forgot to turn on my volume.
But you're alive. The important thing is you're alive. Okay.
I'm alive.
All right, okay.
I repent.
All right. You repent of your sin? Okay, thoughts on this sin?
Well, I did break the rules, even though the sign did say to the 20s. I was still above that age range by 1 year. So,
okay,
yeah,
you're close. All right, look, I think Chris wasn't calling you out as a sinner, just giving you some information to take forward with you in life, and I think you're okay.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta realize you age up and you can't use the old things anymore.
I think that's some sound advice. Steve, you're laughing, but I think there's some sound advice from Brady.
Ken, if only the current presidential administration took those words to heed.
That's true. Brady, how does it feel to not have to worry about sun-related diseases or conditions?
Well, I gotta.
Is that your only confession, by the way? Because I'm going to tell the organist we should go home.
Yeah, shut the organist off. Here,
okay, I'm just making sure. Oh, look, man, I'm just making sure. I'm just trying.
You're doing your work as a producer.
Okay. No, you still gotta do sunscreen. It doesn't make you immune to sunburn or skin cancer. God forbid.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like to know you're on a little bit of an even playing field.
Cancer bad.
Easy
take.
Okay.
Yeah. But I definitely don't gotta lather. I have some friends who have to put a full layer of sunscreen on.
You don't lather.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Ignorant question, Brady. This is a safe place, right?
Shoot.
So you're saying you don't have to wear sunscreen?
No,
he's saying he does. He's saying he does.
I was like, wait a minute. What is the voodoo magic here that Asian skin people have that they don't need sunscreen, but us other these other light skinned people do? Okay, never mind. Okay, just making sure. I misunderstood.
Just making sure. Okay.
And
now, Brady, let me ask you this question. I want you to be honest. When you and your friends of the Asian background there, when you're putting on sunscreen because you go to watch a Dodger game or something, do you all look at each other and say, "So glad we ain't whiteys"? Does that ever come up?
No. I got to point out that there's still a large range of skin tones people.
I understand that.
And so I'm fortunate to be one of the darker skin with more melanin. You know,
I think it was a fair question.
Yeah,
I think it was a fair question.
But some people
we're gonna get in trouble.
Fair
we need to be
skin
careful.
definitely got to put on sunscreen because that's how melanin works.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. All right, Brady. Any final thoughts before I let you go and we close up the show?
I just wanted to say, everyone, if you're able to in your SoCal, go see Ken on May 24th because I'll be there and we can just hang out. We're gonna get him a drink.
There you go.
Have fun in the audience. Honey Man. Joseph Scrimshaw too.
Oh my gosh, Brady did the heavy lifting for me. That's right, a night of Star Wars comedy and some pop culture related comedy as well, featuring me and Joseph Scrimshaw anchoring the show. Great comedians like Mike Black, he's a Comedy Store regular. Jackie Cation, one of the best comics working today. Josh Snyder, so funny, big Star Trek guy. He's going to have some fun things to say about Star Wars. May 24th, Flappers Comedy Club. It's a 5 p.m. show, which means you can get out there, see the show, and still have time to go get a drink with us down the street. It's going to be a lot of fun, Brady. I can't wait to see you there. And thank you for doing the heavy lifting on spreading the word.
Can't wait. It's gonna be my birthday too.
Is it your actual birthday?
Actual birthday, yeah.
Oh, come spend it with us, Brady. You don't have any friends. Come or bring your friends. Bring your friends to the party. Bring your friends to the show. We're gonna make it worthwhile. Okay, we're gonna make it because there's gonna be prize giveaways. I'm gonna do some fun stuff with the show. Okay, get there.
All right.
All right. We'll make it worthwhile. Thank you, Brady. All right, we're almost out of here. Steve, thanks for your work tonight. I appreciate all the things you do. We had a fun show. Fun show indeed. All right. Before we get out of here, they go. I don't mean to end with serious stuff on the side, but I have to acknowledge something that's happened to a member of our community here. A lot of you know Jared the Dark Jedi from the Nerd Academy podcast, who calls in. Some of you may know this already. Some of you might not. I just want to send love out to Jared and those close to him. His partner of 5 years, Taylor, passed away suddenly this week in an absolute tragic and sad situation, but Jared has tried to put his best foot forward and has put out some wonderful words about what she meant and what Taylor will continue to mean to him and those that knew her. While I personally didn't have a chance to interact with her, I could see the absolute love, respect, and care that Jared had for her and was reflecting what she was sending to him. So, Jared, our hearts are heavy, and you have friends around you, and you have some family around you. This I know. We're going to do their best to lift you up in these tough times. So, if you should ever hear this, just know you're absolutely loved unconditionally here. We're very sorry that this happened. There's no answer to explain it, nothing to make us understand it. I'm breaking for you, but we are here with you, and you're a valuable member of our community. And anything you need from us, including getting the word out on anything that needs to be done, any funds raised going forward, any of the harsh realities of a tragedy like this, you have our airwaves. And Jared, when you're ready to come back and just talk and enjoy things, enjoy silly, stupid things with us, we hope you come back. So, Jared, much love to you, and sending this one out to Taylor and her memory. That's it for now. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for being part of the community. I don't mind ending the show with something that is heartfelt and sad and maybe not as funny as things we do in the show, because the community is this show. Building this community is not just about you all hanging out with me. It's making sure that we're all invested in each other. This is a small little corner of the internet, but I'm really honored to have you all here. And we're going to continue to go as time and the tough times go on. So let's gather around each other, lift each other up, and have some fun. That's it for now. We'll see you Saturday. Silly Saturdays will go on as planned this weekend. Next week, like I said, schedule is a little different. Bear with me. I got to go see a little space picture of some guy and his friend Grogu. We're going to have some fun. See you next time here on The Blathering. Bye.